I'm Allister Caretti, and I was a spring environmental intern at the Concajig Institute. A majority of my work was removing invasives, but I also got to work with my coworker Michaela, who had a lot of prior experience, so we got to do a lot of stuff together. She's changed that change, so we would fell trees, remove large honeysuckle bushes. I also manned the VC quite a bit and got to participate in some historical events. So I signed on to be an environmental intern, so I was expecting to work with nature and the animals and keep the space looking good. But as you can see, I was so inspired by my historical co-workers and just being at a historical place that I decided to dress up for America's 250th anniversary this 4th of July. I really enjoyed getting to work outside a lot and get to work in nature, and I also enjoyed the people I got to work with. It was a lot of fun. I met a lot of new people and I got to learn a lot. I think I was definitely expecting the job to be not more exciting but have more things going on at once, but oftentimes I think I realized that a lot of times environmental work is long chunks of time where you're spent doing one thing to make sure that it's done correctly and done thoroughly. Specifically invasive removal, it's very important that you're very thorough with that, because if you're not, things will come back quickly. And I think it took me a few times before I realized how to tuck in and just really get to it and not be thrown off by the fact that I'm not just running around in the woods all the time. Despite taking an environmental science class already in high school, I definitely knew that I didn't have the most knowledge on a lot of different kinds of plants and animal species, especially native versus invasive plants in this region. So I think something that I definitely got the opportunity to learn more about was different kinds of plants and their importance to the ecosystem we have here in Pennsylvania, because I went in expecting that I wasn't going to know a lot, but I think I ended up coming out with more knowledge than I thought I would. I think the most important thing I learned was how to join a new group of people or a system that is already established and moves really well and pretty quickly too and efficiently, and learning how to go with the flow and join in with that and contribute still while also being new to a place and a community, so that we can create an even larger impact than was already being created. I would say I don't have one specific one, but I think all the shifts that I got to work along the trails with Michaela, because it was a lot more engaging than small invasive removals, and I got to help her with tree felling and also weed and bushwhacking along the trails. And it was just really cool and immersive, and anytime there was something interesting alongside the trail, we would stop and she would help explain that to me, and I just got to learn a lot and it was really fun. So I'm going to be starting my freshman year at Loyola University studying environmental science. During my time there, I'll be playing basketball, but afterwards I hope to at least get a master's degree, possibly a doctorate in some sort of environmental science or just natural sciences in general. My dream job would be to be a national park ranger, but honestly I'm happy to do any kind of outdoor environmental services just to try and help continue promoting sustainability and keeping everything clean. I think I ended up doing a lot more here than I was expecting, and it was really nice. I felt like I was a part of the team even though I was only going to be here for a few months. It's such a welcoming community, and I have learned so much beyond just natural information and into speaking to guests, education, like every facet of being an environmental scientist. I feel like I dipped into a little bit through this internship. Thank you to the Pennsylvania Historical Museum Commission and donors like you for sponsoring my internship.